Hi everyone! I've noticed a funny thing that happens when you become a leader. Nobody ever hands you a manual. Nobody even hands you a map. And strangely enough, nobody even hands you a permission slip either. Now this became really obvious to me recently while speaking with principals around the country. You see, when we start talking about well-being and sustainability, boundaries and leadership, I hear the same response every time. People say, yeah, Steve, but schools are complicated. And I say, yeah, they are. And they say, yes, Steve, but hey, there's so much to do. Absolutely. And yes, Steve, but the system, it's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Yeah, without a question. Nobody's pretending leadership's easy. It's damn hard, almost impossible. Almost. But here's what I've noticed. Many leaders are waiting for someone else to give them permission to lead differently. Permission to leave before dark occasionally. Permission not to answer emails instantly. Permission to delegate. Permission to stop attending every single meeting known to humankind. Permission to stop carrying everybody else's backpack. And here's where I like to talk about being slacker better and why I think it really matters. Because at its heart, it isn't even about doing less. It's not even really about being slack either. It's about giving yourself permission. Permission to stop performing exhaustion as proof of your commitment. Permission to stop treating busyness as a personality trait. Permission to believe that your well-being matters too. Now, not after everyone else. Not once the strategic plan's finished. Not once Aero leaves the building. Not once the ministry stops emailing demanding that you do something yesterday that they didn't even know about 10 minutes ago. Now! You see, the challenge is that unfortunately education has accidentally created a culture where busy often looks important. You know the look. The leader speed walking through the office, carrying 3 folders, half a sandwich even, 2 problems, and somebody else's emotional baggage. We've all done it. I've done it. But the problem is that research consistently tells us something completely different. Studies from the fields of occupational psychology show that recovery isn't actually a luxury. It's a performance strategy. Leaders who regularly recover make better decisions, show a great emotional regulation, and actually maintain stronger relationships within their teams. In other words, the most effective leaders aren't necessarily the busiest, they're often the most deliberate. Which brings me to one of my favourite quotes from Meredith Whittaker. She works at Signal. She's pretty important over there. Move slowly and fix things, she said. She's talking about pace. Essentially, she's talking about slowing things down. Maybe even to the point that you'll start feeling slack. What a refreshing idea, because leadership often feels like the exact opposite. We move faster, we respond quicker, we attend more, we want to do more, fix more. Probably all before interval on a Tuesday morning. Carry more. Until eventually you're so busy leading that you've forgotten how to think. But I reckon that inside these difficult systems that we work in, leaders still have the ability to make thousands of tiny choices every single day. No one's taken that away from you. Choices about boundaries, pace, availability, response times, perfectionism, recovery, expectations, and that version of professionalism that they choose to buy into, sometimes kind of strangely. That matters enormously, because while you may not control the entire system, you absolutely influence how you move through it. One of the biggest mindset shifts of my career was realizing this. The work never is finished. Never. There's no magical Thursday afternoon where education suddenly announces, hey, congratulations everyone, you've completed school. It's not happening. So if your well-being depends on reaching the end of your to-do list first, well, maybe you're in a bit of trouble, because that list is immortal. It reproduces overnight, sometimes in bold font, which means sustainable leadership requires a different question, doesn't it? Not how much can I carry, but how do I carry this well? Because you see, exhaustion, it's not excellence. Being permanently overwhelmed isn't really a leadership model that's very good. And burnout should never become the entry fee for caring deeply about education. You're allowed to do this differently. In fact, right now, when education is asking even more of leaders than ever before, you probably need to. And the good news? Well, you don't need permission from your boards. You don't need permission from the ministry. You don't need permission from me. All you simply need to do is write your own permission slip and sign it. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, then you'll undoubtedly enjoy reading my latest book, 54 Quotes and Provocations. It's stacked full of great leadership quotes and ideas to help free up your thinking time so that you can enjoy your job a lot more Go and get your copy now.